This is The Big Fight and I'm Maria Shakil. In a post-midnight push, Parliament cleared the Waqf Amendment Bill 2025 after an intense debate in the Rajya Sabha. The bill secured passage with 128 votes in favour and 95 against, following its earlier approval in the Lok Sabha, where it saw a tighter contest with 288 MPs supporting it, while 232 opposed it. Though the legislative battle is over in Parliament, the political storm around the Waqf Bill is far from settled. In Bihar, the issue is expected to remain a hot topic well into the run-up to the state assembly elections later this year. Then there are elections lined up in Bengal, Tamil Nadu and Kerala in 2026. All these states where the battle lines are sharp between the BJP and the opposition, where this legislation is bound to develop a lot of chatter and narrative. And keeping its vote bank on mind, Mamata Banerjee opposed the Waqf Amendment Bill. MK Stalin did the same, and CPM and Congress both declared the legislation as anti-minority and anti-constitution. We have an all-MPs panel on the big fight tonight, but first up, let me bring in former Law Minister and senior BJP leader Ravi Shankar Prasad. Mr. Prasad, thank you so much for speaking to NDTV, sir. You made a passionate speech in Parliament. As an MP from Bihar, what political implications you think the passage of this bill will have on Bihar, given the fact that the elections in the state are scheduled for, perhaps will be taking place in the next 6 months, sir?
There is a basic flaw in your query, Mohtarma Maria Shakil. You are trying to confine the implications of this particular legislation only to my state of Bihar. I would say this is a great moment for empowerment of the Khawateen of the Muslim community, the Bewas, the widows, whose rights have been taken away, for which purpose the whole Waqf was created, the marginalized community of the Muslims spectrum, namely the backward Muslim, the extremely backward Muslim, the Pasmandas who are extremely backwards. I would like to begin with the very core of the issue in this debate. No mosque is going to be touched. No ibadatgah or qabristan is going to be touched. The issue is very, very simple and straight. Whether the intention of the Waqif who created the Waqf for noble purpose is being executed properly by the Mutawalli or not, who is the manager. A Waqf is not a religious body at all. It is a legal or a statutory body. And I quoted from the Mullah's Muhammadan law revised by the eminent jurist, former Chief Justice Hidayatullah, M. Hidayatullah. He is just a superintendent or a manager. He does not have any rights over the property, because once a Waqf is created, the property vests in the Allah, peace be on him. That is the core issue. You come from Patna, where I come also. Go to Dak Bangla crossing, turn left toward Gandhi Maidan. Go to the big, big buildings and the five-star hotels and the showrooms and the malls which have come up there. Most of those are Waqf lands, no? And therefore, legitimate questions I need to ask. When 8 lakh property number, highest in the world, Waqf property is concerned, how many hospitals have been erected? How many universities, how many schools, how many training centers, skilling centers? Nothing. Nothing. Therefore, what the Mutawallis or the managers, the issue is simple, this, and let me put it in Hindi. मैनेजर साहब की मैनेजरी ठीक चल रही है, वो वाकिफ़ के इरादों के मुताबिक वक्फ चला रहे हैं या अपने पॉकेट को गर्म कर रहे हैं, यही तो सवाल है ना. और उस पर ये हो हल्ला तमाशा बच रहा है. नॉट फेयर. वी विल एक्सप्लेन देम एंड लेट मी टेल यू, people from my state only and the entire country are going to appreciate. Many of them heard me speaking around the country, as of other participants. and they were dismayed and amazed to learn there is so much of property which is being put to misuse.
Okay. Sir, you were the law minister when the triple talaq legislation came into force. At that time, the argument was similar, that this is for the Muslim women. It is for gender justice. You're also making this argument that this legislation will ensure transparency. My question is, sir, that it's your government in Bihar. The board members, or that is the Waqf board members, are nominated by the state government. Then shouldn't your government take the onus if there is corruption? You know, the question is about checks and balances. That should be done by the state government.
My point is very simple. The mechanism of transparency was just very not deep at all. Government lands are being acquired. No proper inquiry used to be done. And within the realm of section 40 of the 2013 Act, किसी ने कहीं पर अपना उंगली रख दी, वो वक्फ हो गया. I think the whole board has every right to declare anything. Now there is a transparency. You have to give their account. हिसाब देना पड़ेगा. Your audited balance sheet has to be filed. Consequence will be there. And by the way, as far as who are the people, there are retired judges, Supreme Court, High Court, eminent persons, academician, and the Muslim woman will be also, the woman will also be from the Muslim community. Therefore, if the entire thing is being made accountable, everything online available, digitization process is there, you can see which property is where, who is the mutwalli, what is the use being put to this particular property, waqf, in terms of the intention of the waqif. So all these things are very transparent now. And if an attempt is being made, what's the problem?
Okay.
This reform was needed, Maria. Go globally and see what is the position. In many Muslim countries, there is no waqf. You know it very well. But today, waqf is there because it is something available in the Islamic law. Fine. Therefore, it must be done in a transparent manner. And the core issue, I repeat, no qabristan or masjid or place of worship of the Muslim community is going to be touched at all. The core issue is whether mutwalli, the manager of the property given by the waqif for a pious cause, is being put to that use or not.
Okay.
Or to fatten his purse. That's the very simple core.
Sir, my question is that BJP has been a beneficiary also of the Muslim vote bank, keeping in mind that they have supported Janata Dal United, that is your alliance partner in Bihar. And these Muslims have voted for Nitish Kumar. Are you not fearing some kind of backlash from this community? You know, JDU could face that in Bihar now.
This logic is being extended from the day Mr. Nitish Kumar has come to us. That is from 1996. The same logic, Nitish Kumar goes in the company of communal forces. But since you have raised this issue, Maria, you have some experience of India's polity and politics both. Let me take you and also to your viewers to a course of a journey which began in 1986 in the wake of Shah Bano judgment. And I said in the parliament myself, you reverse a judgment giving few hundred maintenance to an old lady. And thereafter came the whole triple talaq, again the Supreme Court judgment. And I would like to highlight here that the All India Muslim Personal Law Board told the Supreme Court, don't give any verdict. We will develop a proper nikahnama which will not permit the condition of triple talaq. They were in the forefront of opposing it. Then the Ram Janmabhoomi issue, the same thing. Then the Article 370, the same thing. The CA, the same thing. Not even a single citizenship right of a single Muslim of India has been taken away. But the larger issue is, I would like to highlight here, we were two in 1984, Mohtarma Maria Shakil, just two in 84 Lok Sabha. Where are we now today? Ruling the country in more than 21 states of the country. Nitish Kumar ji, our very proud colleague and friend, is the Chief Minister for 19 years.
Yes.
This tectonic metamorphosis of India's polity, where the nature of argument is the same, secular, communal, appeasement. The world has changed, India has changed. And I would say the young people of the minority community, the others thinking community have also changed. And that change, allow that change to happen. And some people are trying to frustrate that change by the same logic of 90s and 80s. At least you don't fall prey to that.
All right, Mr. Prasad, thank you so much. Always a pleasure having you on my shows. Dr. Syed Nasir Hussain is a member of Parliament of the Congress. He joins me. We have Rakesh Sinha, former MP of the BJP, and K. Nehru is a Lok Sabha MP of the DMK. Dr. Hussain, to begin with, let me congratulate you for a very well structured and a powerful speech in Parliament. It was a delight watching you make that argument for your community, certainly. Sir, my point here is that we are looking at elections. Every legislation has political implications. What are the implications that you are sensing immediately in the state of Bihar?
Maria, I am not at all worried about the political implications of this particular bill that was brought in the parliament. This is parliamentary democracy. Government has a right to bring bills, has a right to bring reforms, has a right to amend various bills. And it is the responsibility and the duty of the opposition to show the people of the country the lacunas and the intention of the government. Here, see, I have been a member of Waqf Board for the past 6-7 years in Karnataka since I became MP in 2018. I have gone in very details. Even I feel that there should be reforms. Any organization, any government organization or any other organization needs reforms in our country. There will definitely be some shortcomings here and there. But the whole point is, what is the intent? I was just listening to the former law minister, and with all due respect to him, I think either he is ill-informed or he doesn't know, or he is just trying to peddle the narrative that has been created by the Sangh Parivar in this country against the Waqf Board and the Waqf institution. He was saying that Muslim women are included. Very simple thing. He should actually go and check up 2013 amendments. Already 2 Muslim women are there. 2 Muslims have been there with me for the past 7 years in the board. Every board there are 2 Muslims. There's nothing new in that. He was talking about transparency. I didn't understand what transparency he wanted. What was that is intransparent? He was talking about digitalization. There is already in 2013, same words were used and a portal was created called the WAMSI portal. Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi has made it clear in a public statement that 100% digitization has been done. To answer to a start question in Rajya Sabha, the government has said that 100% digitization of Waqf properties has happened. This was reported in 2023. And now, tell me, they are saying they are going to digitize, which is already done. They say 2 women should be there, which is already done. They say that transparency, that is already there. They say they are creating audit system. There are already audit department is there in the Waqf Board, in all the Waqf Boards, and the state government, they are all appointed on the auditors of the Waqf Board are appointed by the state government, by the list that is prepared by the state government. Forget about these things. What is more important is, what is the intent of this government? He was saying Qabristan will not be touched, Eidgah will not be touched, and Masjid will not be touched, Dargah will not be touched. Fine, that's, I don't have any problem in that. But the whole problem is, why are you eyeing on the properties of the Waqf Board? Why are you eyeing on the land bank that the Waqf Board has? You are saying that Waqf Board has largest number of properties in the entire world. They don't even know that Waqf Board in our country doesn't own even single acre, single inch of land in this country. They are not the owners of the Waqf properties. They are only custodians. The owner is the particular Waqf owner is the particular committee of that Waqf in that village or that town. Waqf Board is not the owner. 2, they want to build up that narrative. See, Waqf Board kitna properties, kitni zameen hadap liya, itna, ya 8 lakh properties, 8.5 lakh properties. Arey, see, if you put together the properties of the endowment boards of the Muzrai departments all over the country, they would be definitely more 50 more than they'll be 50% more than the what Waqf board has. See, it depends upon the number of people of a particular community staying in a particular country. He said there is no Waqf board in Muslim countries, in non-Muslim countries. UK has a Waqf board, Singapore has a Waqf board, Malaysia has a Waqf board, Indonesia has a Waqf board. All Muslim countries have Waqf, different Waqf institutions. Waqf is integral to Islam. This is something which was started by Prophet Muhammad. They say non-Muslim cannot do Waqf. They don't know that one of the first few Waqfs that were done by Yahudis, even during Prophet Muhammad's time, non-Muslims have donated to, they have done Waqf in Saudi Arabia. See, they don't know the history, they don't understand Waqf, they don't understand the technicalities. They have just peddled a narrative in this country because they wanted to have a polarization after 2024.
I would expect you to respond to that, but before that, let me bring in Mr. Nehru here, because MK Stalin's stand has been similar to other parties in the India bloc. He, of course, understands that there is a voting constituency which he has to cater to. But in Tamil Nadu, Mr. Nehru, there are several cases of Waqf, unlawfully acquiring land. If the government of the day says that this is more of a legislation which has to do with land reforms rather than interference in the religious functioning of a board, then why shouldn't land reforms happen?
Good evening. So just to answer and to take the narrative from the seniors who have answered this show, just more of a, othering of our people. It's not about community. Of course, the ruling party would like to make it as a community, but please understand that this particular issue, I think I would have, appreciated the BJP if they have taken the moral high ground and basically passed laws in UP separately and Bihar separately, because land is a state subject. And I'll come to the second point, ma'am. The number of properties, of Waqf properties in the country are highest in UP and Tamil Nadu. Why is Tamil Nadu having, very less issues and more number of Muslim institutions compared to Uttar Pradesh? Is it something else? Or it's the grand idea of BJP to find a common enemy, to unite their voter base. So I think all of this put together, the bill being presented in Parliament at 2 a.m. in the morning, where more than 270 members are above 55 years of age, just pushes the narrative that they are trying to work hard, but ultimately they are tiring the people and the members of a good discussion. What was the urgency to do it at 2 a.m. without any discussion? I mean, of course, they have a discussion saying that it went on for 17 hours. But let's just understand this point, that the government cannot have a moral high ground saying it's for properties. And in the speech in which Mr. Honorable Kiran Rijiju said, it is after the railways and the Indian Army that Waqf is the largest holder of properties. So what? It is the faith of person who had ensured that their faith continues, and they are well-wishing for the next generation to continue. What is the government to do anything with this at all? And historically, ma'am, whenever the government has tried to interfere in faith, historically, with any government, it has never gone well and it has never finished well, irrespective of faith, irrespective of region. So I think the BJP is just trying to have a narrative saying that it unifies people, but ultimately what it does is it questions the very faith of certain people who have decided that they will part with their earnings, they will part with what they have for the next generation to continue the faith and for the humanity to grow. So right now, they are doing an economic blockade of that very particular faith. And what happens is it will not continue to the next generation. And we will not accept this irrespective of any faith anywhere in this country. Okay. So I don't think they can take any moral high ground.
You are essentially trying to economically weaken the minorities is the charge which is coming in from the DMK. Rakesh, a response from you, and then I go back to Dr. Nasir Hussain.
Both of the people have given their own arguments, but arguments are self-betraying. Amit Shahji has categorically made the statement that this amendment has nothing to do with the religious aspect of the Waqf. This amendment is unambiguously related to the administrative aspect, that is the civil law of the land. What is that? there are three important reforms in the Waqf. First reform is that proper management of the Waqf property. Shashwat Committee, which was formed by the UPA government in 2011, has given a report. In that report, it said that out of 1.2 lakh crore property of the Waqf, I don't have any gauge of this 1.2 lakh crore. The property of the income of the Waqf is only 163 crore. This is recorded. This is the report of the Shashwat Committee. It calculated that the minimum income should have been 12,000 crore. Maria, my mathematics is not so strong. I hope that your mathematics is very strong. You can guess that what is the difference between 163 crore and 12,000 crore. If the income is increased to 163 crore to 10,000 crore, 4,000 crore, even 1,000 crore, that is not going to benefit BJP. That is going to benefit the Muslim divorcees, Muslim orphans, Muslim common people. Those who are being challenged in the community, because the community elites have been ruling this country as a part of the ruling pseudo-secularist, and they are just in the name of danger, everything dangerous to the community. How it is dangerous? Second important aspect is the reform. In 2013, when the Amendment Act was brought by the UPA government just before the Lok Sabha election, it had given unrestricted power to Waqf. No institution in the country had the claim, except even the defense, even the army cannot claim that this land is my land. Maria, anytime Waqf can claim your house, that is a Waqf property. This unrestricted power has been just checked. ITC Windsor Hotel in Bangalore, Idgah Ground in Bangalore, Calcutta Royal Club in West Bengal, and Numamba village in Kerala, 400-acre land, resided by the Hindus and Christians, even Muslims for centuries. Waqf is claiming this land. They wanted that people should vacate. Tiruchandurai village in Tamil Nadu, 480-acre land, Waqf is claiming this is our land. So anything and everything under the sun can be claimed by Waqf is property. Can you imagine? This is unrestricted power. Unrestricted power. That's why you are claiming. I am coming. Maria, you have given. You have given
sir,
both of them
ahead,
enough time. I have to make it clear.
Go ahead.
I have a. This is the governmental aspect. Now I am coming to my own idea. The Waqf is a fraud on the part of the Constitution. It is not me. You just go through, and I suggest my friends in the Rajya Sabha, they should read the debate in 1954 when Muslim Waqf Bill was brought in the Parliament as a private member bill. It was a private member bill. Nehru made it as a government bill. How? Charu Chandra Biswas was the law minister. He became the chairman of the select committee. My knowledge is very limited about the parliamentary democracy, but as far as my knowledge is concerned, no minister can become the chairman of the select committee. Because if minister becomes the member of the chairman of the select committee, then it becomes official.
Okay.
So Charu Chandra Biswas became the chairman of the select committee. And that bill was then Patsar, who was a MP from Jalgaon. He said it is a communal. There was a Bombay Public Charitable Trust Act, which was applicable to all religions, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Jews, Parsis, Buddhists and Jains. He said, if there is a trust, why you are dividing the civil law?
Okay.
And not only he, P.B. Kani, he was a sociologist, he was a nominated member, large number Rajgopal Naidu, he said that the government is behind the screen.
Okay.
So entire bill was a
point that
communal
you've made
nature.
with regards to Tamil Nadu, I want DMK MP to respond to that. Mr. Nehru, respond to that.
One point, let me finish.
I'm coming back to you, Mr. Rakesh. I'll give you the last word.
Maria, no, one point. Otherwise, just I'm giving one point to my friend from Tamil Nadu. You know, the Hindu trust, Vaishnav Devi's income is spent on mankind, not the Hindus. And even the Tirupatis, the roads are constructed not only for Hindus but for all.
No, but temple trusts are not the same as Waqf board, sir. It's not a trust. No, Waqf is not a trust.
No. What is this? What is this? Your dargah is there, mosque is there. What other religions mean?
Okay, let Mr. Arun Nehru respond. Arun Nehru, please.
The Waqf.
Go ahead, Mr. Nehru.
And other lands are part of the Waqf.
Okay, Arun Nehru.
Ma'am, just to answer and just to enlighten my senior there. So what you understand is the Waqf actually originates from Muslim personal law, whereas the trust and Hindu religious endowment
Yes.
trust operates from English law. So it's completely different. And let me reiterate again, talking economics with faith is a very, very bad combination. That can lead to very bad outcomes too. And that's where our opposition comes through. You cannot deal faith with economics. The reason people give away the wealth is to actually move away from economics to faith, whereas, the benefit of doubt is given to the next generation so that the next generation can come up. How can you economically define faith? Do you mean to say that Hindus, by owning less wealth, are lesser than other faiths around the country? I don't think that logic can apply anywhere. So let's talk statutory. Let's follow what Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad had mentioned, that if it's not religion, let's not talk about religion. Let's talk about statutory. And why do you want to talk about economics at all? So, and Tiruchendurai was not, it was only a reason so that the ruling party can get through this. And Tiruchendurai, the collector and the administration have very categorically said it does not belong to Waqf. And the Waqf also had mentioned that it does not belong to anyone. So I don't think Tiruchendurai should be, a scapegoat for or applying for the agenda of the ruling party. Okay. I think that's wrong.
Okay. Nasir Hussain?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Maria,
Yes.
if you give me some time, I want to give a rebuttal to every point that Rakesh ji has raised. Rakesh ji has been my colleague in the parliament. He generally comes well prepared. I think today he is ill-informed. Point number one is, he says that they are bringing reforms. He said that Waqf can occupy any land which it wants. You tell me, is there any law in this country which gives such power ke koi bhi zameen le le? It is very clearly written that if there is a complaint or if the Waqf board feels that that land is Waqf land, they will have to go through a rigorous inquiry. Then it goes to the survey commissioner. If the survey commissioner gives a nod, then it goes to the collector. The collector will do his inquiry, and then from there it will go to the government. Government will do its inquiry, and then government will gazette it in the state gazette notification. Only then it becomes Waqf property. After that, even if they are not convinced, then they can go to tribunal. And even in tribunal, if they don't have justice, they can go to High Court, or they can go to High Court for a review petition. So this myth that has been created by the Sangh Parivar that Waqf board कोई भी जमीन ले लेती है, I told in parliament yesterday, अगर वैसा हुआ तो फिर जो हम ट्रेनों में नमाज पढ़ते हैं, हम फ्लाइटों में जाते जाते नमाज पढ़ते हैं, तो सारे फ्लाइट और सारे ट्रेन फिर वक्फ बोर्ड में रजिस्टर कर देना चाहिए था. So there's no provision like that where Waqf board unilaterally can declare any property is its own property. Point number one. Point number two, he said Waqf board is getting only 163 crores. What Rijiju said in the parliament yesterday, he has quoted only 1.6 crores, the 1% contribution that Central Waqf Council gets. That is not the total. It is 1.63 crores into 100 is the total what the Waqf boards are getting across the country. Point number two. Point number three, he was quoting such a committee, asked Mr. Rakesh Sinha, and you Google and see what these people had said about such a committee report when such a committee report was presented in the parliament. They had rejected it in toto. Today they are quoting such a committee report. The point number three. Point number four, you are speaking about Windsor Manor in Karnataka. He doesn't know Windsor Manor has been paying rent to the Waqf board. Now the entire jhagda between Waqf board and Windsor Manor is that Waqf board wants market price to be paid in the form of rent. Windsor Manor is not willing to pay that. Windsor Manor is paying the rent to the High Court. He doesn't even know that. Point number four, he spoke about Kerala. See, Munammam thing, Waqf board never claimed it is Waqf board property. Lower court said it's an Waqf property. High Court said it's an Waqf property. There was a judicial commission which said that it's Waqf property. Even then the Kerala Waqf Board didn't register it as Waqf property. Then there was a contempt of court against Waqf Board, and the High Court
Fine.
directed Kerala Waqf Board to register their
Of course.
property. Only then
Of course,
they
we'll hear
went
more
and
of
included
this.
it.
No,
So see, very wrong information.
Okay.
Then just one. He also said that it's a fraud on the constitution. If Waqf Board is a fraud of the constitution, then the endowment boards are fraud on the constitution. Then Muzrai departments are fraud on the constitution. Then temple trusts are fraud on constitution. Then different religious acts, religious institutions act in different. I can quote. Almost all states have this act, which
That's
is
right.
similar to Waqf Board. Then they're all fraud on the constitution.
Okay, we have really come to
proved
the end of
yesterday
this
in both the
discussion.
houses
Of course,
that
we'll be seeing more of it.
How this is well within the rights of the minorities in this country.
In the run-up to the state elections, I really appreciate your time, Syed Nasir Hussain, Ken Arun Nehru, and Rakesh Sinha for joining us on this edition of The Big Fight. That's all from me. We are putting out this entire discussion on ndtv.com. Thanks so much for watching.